hear the voice of reason.
Both hands. Welcome everybody to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. This is Voice of Reason, in case you didn't know. I appreciate you as always. Not to get too personal. People that know me, I don't get no rest, bro. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, it's just so, it gotta pay off one day, because it's like, I don't stop. You got the regular Clark Kent version of me that got to do the, what's the newspaper Clark Kent worked for before he turned to Superman? I just know it's in Metropolis. What Daily Planet? That's the name of the paper? So you got that version of me. You got the parent version of me. You got the active in sports and exercise. You got music. Yo, I'm a fucking man, yo. I do a lot. I always do a lot. Now, you need rest. The body needs rest. The mind needs rest. So it's kind of at a disadvantage, because the more we climb up in age, the longer we're on this earth, the more you need to value that and try to get as much of that as you can. One of my favorite lyricists, Nas, said, "I never sleep because sleep is a cousin of death." Well, you got to meet cuz sometimes. You're not going to be able to really go off of that line right there. But that was just something to put out there to let y'all know, if you are like me, not doing the same things exactly, but that you are busy and always on the go, I salute you, because I know what that's like. But your day will come. Your day will come. Let's go right in. Fellas, unbeknown to you, your lady does favors for dudes. How do you feel about that? Are we that insecure, or is it principle? A lot of us men go off of what we don't know won't hurt us, right? So you and your lady, y'all work separate jobs. Y'all could work the same job. Whatever it is, in her day-to-day, you have your day-to-day. Do we size up the kind of favor? This is tough, because we'll never get both sides to agree. So I'm going to do the fella side first and try to pretend to justify the women's side. I know I always give y'all hell. Ladies, from a fella's view, I'm just giving you game. Everything's not agreeable. Calm down. You're my lady. You're not. I don't want to hear about favors you do for dudes. And yes, there's levels, but not really. Like bringing a guy lunch, paying for his lunch, shopping for, listen, I know these things sound harmless, but there's some militia in some things. I know that if you put certain scenarios together, like any city gig, EMT workers, they probably pair up with a guy, a girl. Cops, guy, girl. Detectives, guy, girl. Buses, you kind of dolly, right? Train operator, conductor. There are things that pair you with the opposite sex possibly. And yes, organically, that work relationship will have some value to an extent. And maybe there's nothing we can do about that. So do I want my lady to be a bitch to her partner or her coworker? No. The principal part is, it's just not, niggas don't want to hear it. I'm trying to be professional and give y'all our view of things so you could try to understand it, it just don't sit right. It's not even something to explain. If you don't see the principle and you're not supposed to be breaking your neck or really doing favors for dudes when you're in a relationship, I don't understand, I can't really tell you nothing else. If, let's go further, it's a marriage and now your partner or your coworker that you do these favors for comes to family events in the mix like that. Like we make this solidify where the man meets the worker. It's still, but it plays a better role if your man knows these guys, guy or guys that you do these favors for. I don't know. I'm not really comfortable here. And I know women will have an excuse and a half or a defense and a half on it. It's just, I'm not even trying to be hardcore right now. I'm not trying to go against y'all. It just doesn't sit right. And you can ask any guy. It's better if he don't know. You know what I mean? I get it. It could be harmless on your end where it's like, okay, you send a guy to the store. I'll give you one. You sent your coworker to the store. You couldn't go, whatever. The guy goes and he gets you whatever. He doesn't take the money, right? So now the next go round, you want to get him something, or if you go to get something, you just get that back because he looked out. These little simple, harmless examples, fine. Fuck it. Still don't sit right though, but that's not something you got to tell your partner though. You don't go home at the end of your workday and say, babe, I ain't have a break. So my partner, he went to the store. He got me X, Y, and Z. I tried to give him the bread back. He wouldn't take it. So then 2 days later, I went to the store, got us something to eat, to kind of like say thank you. I know. For a relationship to work, you should have honest, open conversations almost about anything. Your man doesn't want to hear that. He may be polite about it. He may listen. He'll listen. He don't want to hear about it. Bottom line, ladies, if you going to do a favor or solid for a dude, you better be able to check him if he takes that out of line. And you probably will, And you probably look at me like, I see what you're saying, voice of reason. And you probably don't mean no harm. Like, I didn't really give y'all flowers on this part. There's some faithful women, friendly women out there. It's too fucking friendly for me, but they loyal as hell though. They will not cross the line. But just being in those scenarios, your man wouldn't like that. I'm telling you, he wouldn't like it. It's not something that y'all need to go to counseling for or the relationship is a wrap. It just doesn't sit right. And I know you're going to go on, if you go on these other platforms and these life coaches and relationship coaches, they may say, no, there's no sugarcoating. Don't do it. Do what you do. I'm just saying, hold it down though. I don't want to know. And your man don't want to know. And if that person crosses the line because they thought that your nice gesture meant more, just check that. Don't come needing damsel in distress. Babe, I need you to talk to this cat. Because if you got to come to me to tell me I got to talk to a cat because you was being friendly Francine, we got a problem. That's that. Do what you do, though. I'm not saying you trying to be slick. I'm not saying you trying to court another guy. I'm just saying just don't sit right. It just don't. Ask any guy. Humbled by force. In other words, I've spoken on this. But the point there is, no matter how fortunate you've been in life, you may not have the war stories a lot of us have. You may not have the scars. You may not have the heartbreak. I'm talking about like in amounts. Everybody should have 1, 2, whatever. But if you've been lucky and fortunate to have gone through the lesser dark side of things, I would advise you just humble yourself off rip. Don't wait till something pops off and now you're forced to be humble. Hence the phrase humbled by force. A lot of people, and there's a bunch of places we can point to, kids that are, especially nowadays, raised, spoiled. They get everything. They get rewarded for everything. But some of the things our kids do and we have done was stuff that we were supposed to do. Everything doesn't deserve a reward. It's what you're supposed to do. But if they're getting rewarded for everything that they go through in life and would have to learn and have to go through, that's going to bring up spoiled behavior at some point. So, again, if you was fortunate enough to have it good and not as bad as some of the stories you hear, humble pie. Make sure you have a slice of that every day. Yes, every day. Because that by force, I feel like it'll leave some bitterness too. Like you ain't gonna have no choice, but you're not gonna be too kosher about it. You may feel away. You know what I mean? So if you try to jump in front of this before it forces your hand, you can still remain sane and not be too mentally affected by it. Because if you're humbled by force, your mental will definitely take a toll. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts around that. And there's tons of examples. Do I have to really sit? I've had getting more personal these days. I'm feeling comfortable with my viewers. You feel me? So I'll begin to get a little more comfy with you guys. I should, right? How long it's been? We're not even going to go back to the audio, but at least I got like 3 years with y'all, right? Something like that. So it's only right. I had a surgery. I always confuse the years myself. I did a pod while in ICU. 2022, I want to say is the year, or was it 2021? I want to say 2021. May, no? I want to say that. So that humbled me. I'll get a little more personal. Divorce humbled me. Almost losing a career humbled me. Yeah. Whoever don't really personally know me, you can't really tap in. But if you know me, you feel that. But some of those things at the same time of humbling you, it smartens you too. So you kind of get a little hardened, pause, but you still humble. So there's a balance, which is what life is all about. Is having the balance, an intelligent, mature balance. So that's my humble by force. All right. Cleaning up your baggage before you move into a new house. Then turn around and bring those bags in the new house. Them same bags. You think you're ready? So when you're healing, you've gone through something. Go back to humble by force. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just something that didn't work out. Right? And you think you've been doing the work. You've been giving yourself time. You haven't jumped the gun. So now you think you're ready. So cleaning up the baggage is kind of like the healing, the processing, the acceptance, the let go of the hurt, the let go of the pain, whatever, the let go of the victimized part of it, accountability, all of those steps, This is off record. This wasn't planned, but it just came to my mind now. Somebody posted, why do men start a podcast versus going to therapy? I thought that was cute. I do both. So now what? And I'm only one example. But I don't think making a podcast is a negative, terrible thing. It's still being active to an extent to try to get somewhere. Now, if the person makes a podcast and it's all negative, all dark, and he's just bashing women all around, I still say maybe that's what he need to do to feel better. I don't know. It's not him going out hurting people though. I think eventually I'm being, a little bit too lenient with that because that is toxic viewership. Because to bash women all day, they used to say that about Fresh and Fit. I haven't mentioned them in a while. I've watched their podcast. Alpha Male Strategies. I watch his stuff. I think at times they've been a bit overt, but I don't judge them for it. People get through things and people want to speak their message however they choose. It's their platform. If you don't fuck with it, then don't watch it. It's simple. But I don't think that that's something you should post as like a negative thing. And that's that emasculating shit, because whatever a man does to try to get through whatever, as long as it's not physically harming somebody, I'll say verbally harming people too, because I'm talking about personal, one-on-one when you're in their presence. But physical abuse, verbal abuse, taking on a habit that's not healthy and, being, engulfed in it, like a really terrible habit you pick up because of what you went through. Like, these are the things that's not helpful or conducive to healing. But starting a podcast, no matter what he chooses to speak on his platform, that's not the worst case scenario. I feel like he is attempting to do something about it. How helpful that would be, I don't know. The therapist thing, I am not against that. I feel everyone, men and women, need therapists. I feel like everybody. If you could say you're not perfect, that explains it right there. Now, you could have therapy accordingly. It could be bi-weekly, a month, once a month. It's based on you. But if you're not perfect, how would you not need a therapist? All of you. Every last one. Listening, watching, everybody. So I'm for that. You feel me? But anyway, that kind of threw me off. But let's go back. Yeah, so while you're fixing yourself, and you fix yourself for you, not for somebody, you get things in order. You get comfortable being by yourself in your thoughts and the things that you have to do to get back to solid ground for you, not for somebody. So you may jump the gun in just the confidence of feeling like you spent enough time alone, you did enough work on you, that you feel you're ready. So now opportunity presents itself. Because the one thing, I gotta cause turmoil in the pod. Sorry, this battle between men and women. I feel men, I use the word some to water it down. Some men still gotta operate like they good when they not. And that's key, because that's gonna be later in this segment. So if they level up during their healing, is this hitting home or what? If they level up during their healing, they're going to be attractive and interesting to women, even if they're not ready. If they're carrying themselves in a mature way, they're getting things done because they have to. That's our story as men. We have to. We can't sit in shit. So we're going to be attractive. We're going to be appealing. You know what I mean? So we're going to get offers. So it's on us. This is where we take back responsibility. Are we ready for the offers? Are we ready for something serious? Because some offers is just to have fun. How long does fun last? Keep that to you. But the bottom line here is make sure you good. And that really don't help you, because you're going to think you good. But what's going to really tell you that you're good? I tell you what's not good. You don't go into something new with them same old baggage, them old bags that you left in the last space. We say that, and it's like, so dive more into this. How do we know we're not bringing old bags into a new house? You got to date for a long time to even get to this point that you're going into a new house. Everything had to be tested. All the right conversations, all of the right vibes. And again, nobody's perfect. People put their best foot forward when they're excited for something new. That's the thing with taking your time, because it's only so long fake thugs could pretend. But I counter that by saying there's a lot of people that could pretend for a long time. I think the test would be on you, though. You can't control the next person. So being ready, thinking you're ready, moving into a new house has really little to do with the new person and more about you. Do you know you're sure to put your best foot forward and you're not capping and you're not just putting on a front? Because that's all you can control is your moves, how you do. So just check that. And you thinking you're ready, you can say that because you leveled up and you got the positive list to promote. But are there some things, dig deep, are there some things that you still need to work on? Don't do it to yourself. If you know you're still a little bit of things, still a little shaky, sketchy, slow up. That's all I'm saying. Slow up. Because it's going to come out one way or the other. Can't control the next person. You can control you. All right? Deep. My birthday is the New Year's. Hold on. My birthday is the New Year. Your birthday is the New Year. That's where resolutions and your cuts or ads are added, if any. So everybody does this. I said it, right? December come around, Christmas come around, and you go, oh, for the New Year, I'm not drinking. For the New Year, I want to start working out. For the New Year, I'm cutting off dead weight. No. I have a strategy for you. Is it A1 going to be the best strategy ever known to man? That's not my point. But you can use this if you choose to. People with birthdays in November and December, I guess you got to start before the New Year. That doesn't mean you get to that November, December coming now. We in friggin' February. But moving forward, you can say your birthday is your New Year. So this is where you can do the reset button. You can choose to start and stop things. And I think it makes it more personal and it may motivate you more because you're on your own timing. Because how many people have your birthday? I mean, more than you. But New Year's is everybody, no? January 1st, that's worldwide. So I'm not saying that you care who else is making resolutions in the new year. It could be a distraction, though. Make your shit more personal and, treat it like you owe it to yourself. So I say when your birthday come, that's when you hit the reset button if you have to. Cuts, ads, resolutions, etc. You know what I mean? It's not something to really dwell on, and that'll be yours. It'll be a personal achievement for real. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can lock in on that. I feel like that's good energy. I said that as a random thought at first, but I'm like, I might really try that. That's something to really try and see how you feel about that going in. And you got till obviously your next birthday to see where you're at, So try that out. That's dope. Sometimes you have to fake your mood to avoid questions and certain convos. I'm talking to people who are social butterflies. I know there's some people who are less socially aggressive. I know there's some people who are not social at all. I know people social awkwards, social outcasts. Tripping up my words here. And so those people who don't usually interact got it good in this sense because they just continue to do what they've been doing, barely interacting. But I'm talking about them social butterflies, people persons. I broke down in the beginning what I do, what my life entails, the Clark Kent working. I'm a social butterfly, pause, because butterfly and a man just doesn't sound right to me, but that's the fucking terminology. Y'all take that how y'all take that. I don't really feel like being too word perfect right now. You get what I mean. The point is, I interact. So me being quiet, me barely speaking will give something's up, an alarm. You know what I mean? What people don't know though, maybe they do. There's things in our lives where that shit gonna happen regardless. And it's just like, I'm not explaining shit. Fuck that. You just gonna take this quietness and mind your business. I just don't feel like fucking talking. Sorry to say, that's negative and foul as hell. People are really have good intentions and just want to see what's up with you. So I take that into account, but you can't listen. Life deals you some shit. So it ain't gonna be always hunky-dory and things are peachy. Feel me? But you could do it in a mature way. And you may challenge just saying fake your mood is not mature and it's not being real to you. But I don't mean Oscar award performance and act like you're happy-go-lucky. I'm just saying, you could keep it monotone in the middle where it's like, I'm just a little tired or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Or you could be like I said, if the plate is too heavy, you're like, look, I'm not in the mood. That's it. Don't ask me why. Respectfully, just let me be. Let me be. Just let it be. I appreciate you. I appreciate the check-in, but let it be. Because everybody need their space. You need a mental break, a physical break. Sometimes you just need that space to yourself to figure shit out. That never ends. That's a job that never ends as long as you're alive. You will spend 95% of your life figuring shit out. Because even when they get better and you do better and you elevate and level up, there's now new shit to figure out. That shit don't end. Some people say it get easier. Do it. Heavy is the head. Do it. So you still gonna have to figure shit out, even as you rise to the top. And I want you to rise to the top. I want everybody that listen and watch to get what's due, to get what you put in. Feel me? That's why I always ended the way I do. Because regardless if we agree or disagree, you like my platform, you don't, but you still watch. You don't share. I'm in exposure. Y'all don't share. Y'all barely comment. You barely like. But it's being watched. And that's my point. As long as it's being watched. I don't really mean to put y'all on blast. You feel me? Y'all share the ratchet shit. Y'all share the toxic shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is though. But hit the notification bell. I'm funny, right? Hit the notification bell. That's the subscription to Voice of Reason NF. Share, comment, like. I'll be here every Monday, 12 noon. That's the time. Audio's available as well. And stay with me. You feel me? But again, hold it down for yourself. If you need space and less interaction to get things right, demand that respectfully. If you need a moment, that's fine. Everybody needs a moment. Everybody's not on go all the time. It may seem like I am, but I just be like, this got to pay off one day. You hear me? So appreciate you always. Till the next time, my 3 P's. Stay positive, stay progressive, and stay pushing. Till the next time. Peace.